In this podcast, I will be discussing 10 things everyone didn't know about Luka Magnotta. This is sort of a trivia and entertainment podcast, so I hope you all enjoy. Thanks again to Roberta for all her help and knowledge. Number 10. While vacationing in Athens, Greece, Luka was badly shocked and almost electrocuted to death. Him and his friends were preparing food in a seaside home. Luka was grabbing something off the stove and didn't realize an electrical wire was sticking out. He was badly shocked, and his friends had to whack his arm with a wooden stick because Luka grabbed onto the wire accidentally. Luckily, he wasn't electrocuted to death, but he had to be treated for electrical burns to his hands. Number 9. Toronto Raptor star Doug Christie came to Luka Magnotta's middle school, J.B. Terrell, in the 90s, and spoke one-on-one with him and gave Luka advice and help. Doug Christie was the guest speaker and motivational guest for the year. His mentoring that day had a big impact on Luka's life decisions. Number 8. I have in my possession videos of Luka Magnotta professionally dancing. He was a professional ballet dancer in Russia, across North America, and Toronto. Luka loved dancing and was always at a nightclub every weekend and practicing classical dancing. Number 7. Luka loves boating, and all throughout his childhood he had a very large boat that seated over a dozen. He enjoyed spending time on the islands near his home and sunbathing on the bow of the large boat. Luka also received his boating license. As an adult, traveled the world and enjoyed yachting. His escorting clients had a lot of very large yachts, and Magnotta was partying and dancing in the Monte Carlo, the Mediterranean, the Caribbean, and the East in the countries like the Philippines, Thailand, and Singapore. Number 6. Luka loves Christmas, and he always had a large Christmas tree at all of his properties. His escort clients would give him expensive Christmas tree decorations as gifts, and so eventually he had over $20,000 worth of expensive decorations. Luka's entire condominium was brightly lit and always very festive. Number 5. Luka Magnotta is also a painter, and he does a lot of short stories. His entire life he did paintings, and he also really loves writing. He has over 70 short stories, and I've read all of them. His paintings are very sophisticated, and I've seen over 24. Luka's paintings are a lot better than John Wayne Gacy's. Everyone who is friends with Luka has his paintings. Number 4. Luka has an extreme dislike for ugly people and especially fat people. Luka only enjoys associating with people who are considered beautiful, but he will tolerate good-looking or average-looking individuals. When Luka looks in the mirror, sometimes he is hypnotized by his beauty for an hour. I've confirmed with some of his friends. It's understandable, because if we look like him, we would stare at ourselves constantly too. Number 3. I've learned Luka Magnotta legally changed his name because he utterly despises every single relative, so he needed a new identity. Luka has zero communication or contact with any of them from his past. It was the best decision of his life. His relatives are all horrible people, and Luka is way too good for any of them. Number 2. Luka Magnotta almost died in Egypt. Yes, it's true. Back in the 2000s, Magnotta was on vacation in Cairo, Egypt, where he was on the ledge having pictures taken of himself. He accidentally fell, but grabbed onto the side. The ledge was 25 feet high, so he would have fallen to the ground below. Luka had a lot of near-death experiences. Number 1. And finally, we reach number 1. Luka Magnotta loves vanilla candles, and he would spend hundreds of dollars monthly having them imported from Paris. At all times of the day and night, the vanilla candles were burning. Luka loves and adores smelling beautiful at all times. So now we know 10 things about Luka Magnotta that we all didn't know before. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, please like, share, and comment. Thanks, everybody.